So if you haven't seen Captain America Brave New World yet, then I would recommend you probably go see it. Only because I haven't gone to see it yet, and I do want to go see it, but I do hear that it's probably iffy. It's like 50-50, and quite frankly, I don't actually recommend to go see it because this isn't a paid promotion, and I don't really actually care. But nonetheless, Kojima says it's confusing. Hideo Kojima is the creator of the Metal Gear Solid series for those who are not aware. But first, before we dive in, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So for those who are aware with Kojima, he is the creator of Metal Gear Solid. He's also a renowned film addict. People know this. He's always been a renowned film addict. And as you can see here, if you recognize his face, and you obviously recognize him, but he has stated recently in a comment on X, well, I'm not sure, well, it was in the comment, but I saw it on X. As seen here, he says, I watched Captain America Brave New World in IMAX. IMAX, you gotta get fancy with it, right? I gotta get the IMAX. Vaguely remember Sam receiving the shield in Endgame. But when did he officially become Captain, for those who aren't aware what Cap means. They say that all the time in the movie. Just look, I'm just treating y'all like 12, like 2-year-olds, like 12-year-olds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This guy sometimes gotta explain things, right? Right? Anyways, is it because I haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And what's this about the Avengers being reorganized? I'm also getting it mixed up with the Thunderbolts trailer. This is confusing. Nonetheless, I understand why this is confusing for him. And this is something that, MCU did and has really kind of hurt the movies, let's be quite frankly. By the way, if you still understand who this guy is, this is Metal Gear Solid. If you don't know what this or who he is at this point, then I simply cannot help you. I just showed you a picture of the games. Everyone knows Solid Snake. So if you don't know who this person is, then I'm sorry. But nonetheless, he's also a huge film addict, and he's renowned for using actors in his games and actual voice actors and stuff like that, like actual film stars. Everything he takes is from film. So he's a real big film guy. But nonetheless, he is confused, as seen here. And honestly speaking, yes, he should be confused. Not because this is like a bad movie or whatever. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard mixed reviews on it. And honestly speaking, I want to see it because it doesn't look bad and it makes sense. It doesn't seem like it's forced. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's forced in the movie. We all know that this is how this is. This is Sam. So, he's been with Cap for a long time. This is an established character. So it's perfectly fine. Nonetheless, it doesn't feel forced. Nothing feels forced in here with this. It feels like a natural story, a natural narrative. It feels normal, of course. And then, of course, Harrison's in it. But nonetheless, MCU has decided to go down this path for a long time with their Disney Plus nonsense. And because of this, everything has gotten freaking confusing as hell. I'll be quite frank with you. Let's go down this list real quick and see what series there are. Is there a whole list of them? I don't even know. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, there's all these ones. Look, I'm just not even going to look through all this, but I can simply tell you right now, I have seen probably none of these. I think the only series I have seen is, I think, maybe some of the Loki series. And I think that's pretty much it. Maybe some of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, that's it. But pretty much, they made these Marvel shows, Marvel television shows that are on Disney. Is this even the television? This isn't even the Disney Plus ones. Okay, so here's a better list. And so this is like all of them in order. This is from 2022, though, as you can see up here. But this is all of them in order. And this is where things get just straight up silly, yo. And this is why. This is why Kojima is confused as hell. And why most of us are confused as hell. Because quite frankly, they require you to watch these TV series behind Disney Plus, who keeps raising their prices, by the way. It's probably like freaking $200 per month at this point. They keep raising their prices and trying to get away with it. Freaking greedy. Bro, don't even get me started. But nonetheless, you need to watch all these MCU TV Disney Plus only shows to understand the movies. Bro, like I just said, pretty sure the only TV show I've seen from these is like a little bit of Loki, not even all of it. It was just fairly good from what I saw. I would like to watch it, but I ain't got the time for that. I'm never going to have the time for that. Or in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I watched a little bit of that. Don't really care. Nonetheless, you have to understand these things. Last time I saw a Marvel movie in the theater, which actually, to be honest with you, I cannot remember when that was because Marvel movies really have not been up to par here lately. Let's be completely honest. But last time I saw one in the movies, hell, I will say last time I saw one on TV, because eventually they come to TV, or eventually they come to Disney Plus or whatever, or to some sort of streaming service, and or some way of watching them, and then I watch them, right? So, but let's just say that, last time I did watch one, there were a lot of things I did not pick up on, for sure, most certainly. Do you know why? Because they're all tied between the MCU. They're all freaking tied between the MCU. It's kind of like how they had the Marvel girl, the Miss Marvel, or right, something like that, the schoolgirl, and then she appeared in the Ant-Man or something. She appeared in, dude, I don't even know. It gets so confusing. She appeared in one of these things. I know she appeared in the Marvels with all the Marvels, right? I watched a little bit of that. Wasn't really interesting, so I didn't really finish all of it. Maybe I had it on the background. I think it was on TV or something. But with all the Marvels in it, and it was, of course, I sure as hell did not watch Miss Marvel. Bro, no, there ain't no way in hell I watched that series, bro. So obviously, when I saw the Marvels movie with all three of them, things were a little confused. Look, I'm just saying I understand where Kojima's coming from. Things can be confusing because you have to see all the Disney Plus shows, all the Disney Plus movies, all the Disney Plus articles. You have to deep dive. You pretty much have to research before you go see a MCU movie nowadays. Which is also why they did state that they were cutting back on the Disney Plus shows, because they did realize, oh, this is probably a mistake. 10 years later, it took you that long to realize that. As you can see here, at most 3 films per year, 2 series. 3 films per year, 2 series, did 2 series. At one point they were popping out, like 10 series a year. It felt like, they were popping out more series than a salmon is popping out babies. For those who don't know, salmon pops out. Where do you think caviar comes from? You seen caviar, those big clumps of caviar, bro? Like those are all baby eggs. Like they were popping out more than that at one point. It was crazy. It was getting out of hand. It was ridiculous. There was no way you were keeping up with any of this at all whatsoever. So, naturally speaking, Hideo Kojima has a freaking point. Things can get confusing. Now, is this entirely on him? Yes, it actually is. Now, understandably, sure, you can feel whatever way you want to, but, had he just done some research, had he seen that, quite frankly, the Avengers being reorganized, this one down here, lets you really know that he's really out of the loop, quite frankly, because I feel like everyone knows that they've been reorganizing the Avengers for quite some time now. So, I felt like that's been kind of, you don't have to watch the Disney Plus shows to know that one. So, that's just kind of, ultimately, this is on him. But regardless, you shouldn't have to do research to understand where these movies are going. And the fact of the matter is that nowadays you do have to do research for these MCU films. So hopefully there's not a whole list that we have to do for the movies that are coming up in 2025, like the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts looks pretty interesting, fairly interesting. Not too sure how it's going to go. Not too sure if I need to see Thor to actually understand what's going on. And wait, Spike, why would you have to see Thor to understand what's going on in Thunderbolts? Exactly. That's now you're following what we're talking about here. Now you're understanding the issue. Now you're understanding the issue. Oh, the Fantastic Four coming out. Hopefully you don't have to understand what happens in Batman to understand what's going on there. Okay, now I'm just getting out of hand. But anyways, y'all understand, y'all get what I'm saying here. Y'all are following the issue here that Kojima has here. So that is why we want to discuss this and talk about why it is and has been an issue. Fortunately, like I said, they are kind of backtracking on that. A little late though. I guess that's what happens when you kill Star Wars as well. It's like you kill Star Wars, you're killing the MCU. It's time to backtrack. I guess we kind of maybe lean the wrong way a little bit. Time to backtrack a little bit. It is what it is. At any rate, be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I will see you on the next one. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this whole situation. What you think about Disney Plus. What you think about them raising the prices to $300 a month. Pretty sure I said $200 earlier, but it keeps rising. That's how it feels like anyway. At any rate, see you on the next one. Much love. Holla.
Spikesu content.